We're just planning our imminent trip to Sweden. Well, as you know, long-term viewers, I know we go there every year, don't we?
Yes, it's one of our favourite places to go.
Yeah, it is. Yes. It is. So we go there to look after the grandchildren for a bit and see
them all,
son and his wife, and because we love Sweden. It's really nice place, especially during the summer. It's also quite nice during the winter when you get the really deep snow.
As long as you've got the right clothing. We have been there in the snowy time, but our family have lent us clothing to wear because we don't have it here.
So, I mean, in the winter, when we've been in the winter, getting out the door isn't go towards the door, put a coat on and go out. Oh no. It's go towards the door, collect your multiple layers and put them all on. Make sure you've got warm shoes on and so on, and then go out. Takes about 10 minutes to get out the door.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Anyway, so we're planning our summer trip.
Yes.
So we'll be travelling across, won't we?
Yes. And before and after Sweden, we like to spend some time in Germany and in France, possibly Belgium, on the way back. Just see how the mood takes us, really.
So we go towards the end of June, beginning of July. We've not actually booked the specific date yet, but we're going to go on a sort of 5 or 6 o'clock train from Folkestone on the Channel Tunnel, and then we're going to drive from Calais a couple of hours to a pre-booked camping car park site, aren't we?
Yeah, that's a site that
we've not booked that yet either.
No, that's one place we definitely stop. Apart from that, we'll just see how we go. We probably won't book on any more sites. But this site we've seen is, I think it works out about £13, and you get electricity and you get showers and toilets and washing machines, so we can, and it seems in a very picturesque place, so we thought we'll have a couple of nights there perhaps.
€13. Yeah. It's €13, so maybe £11. Something like that. And it's all all those places are so well set out. The camping car park card is very good. It allows you just to turn up and do your you can do waste emptying and water fill up for a small price, or you can stay for a few hours and get that, can't you?
Charge yourself up. You can stay for 5 hours, up to 5 hours for a certain amount. And charge
for the small amount, and then you can stay for 24 hours for the sort of 10 to 15 euros.
What I like about them is, if you say you turn up at 10 o'clock at night, you don't have to leave by 11 o'clock in the morning. You've got until 10 o'clock the following night. You always get a full 24 hours.
You get 24 hours.
Wait a minute, Princess. Do you want to get down? There you go.
That's superb.
Yeah.
There's not like, because it's all automated barrier entry on a card, you have to put money on the card, but they'll let you in without any money on the card, but they won't let you out.
No.
So you put money on the card, so you pay on the way out. And you could stay there for a few days, couldn't you? Wanted to?
Yeah.
I mean, we've done that in Calais. There's a nice camping car park, just a walk from Calais. We did walk from there to Calais town centre, but it was absolutely pissing down, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, and we
got so very wet.
We did.
On the way back from Spain last March.
And we had our extra little darling dog with us, Polly, and so they both had to sit in the pushchair together because they went to shelter, didn't they? They're so sweet. I do miss her. She's a sweetheart.
I know. Yeah.
Yes. She was nearly as, I think she's as old as Pippin. A bit older even, yes, but she
she's
adapted
10 or
very
12,
well.
yeah.
Very well, she did, bless her heart. Well, you saw her if you saw our videos, yes.
So our plan,
yes,
leave towards the end of June, get across the Channel Tunnel. Sorry, it's very windy and things are flying around.
Yeah. It's very warm, but very windy, isn't it?
It is nice, warm, sunny.
Yeah.
Get on the Channel Tunnel, go across, spend the first night in France at the camping car park, and then day by day plan our journey across France into Germany, and then across Germany up to the Baltic coast to a place called Rostock, which is where we normally go.
Yes.
It's a nice, easy journey across there. We like to travel in Germany on Sundays, don't we?
Yeah, we won't go near Hamburg, and we'll go Saturday and Sundays on the motorways in Germany, because they don't have lorries then. And it's a
easier.
nightmare. We get a bit. Well, I get a bit anxious if we're on the motorway going towards Hamburg during the week. There's so many lorries.
If there's lots of, lots of big, huge lorries all around you, and they don't give way at all. So you've got to be super diligent on the driving. But
I get anxious, which makes you anxious, and it's not.
Well,
we can do it, but
you don't really want an anxious wife
as
a passenger while you're trying to navigate a difficult road junction.
Well, it makes me nervous a bit, doesn't it?
It does.
I think I'm getting worse as I get older. I think.
Well, maybe.
9 years ago, it wouldn't have bothered me. No, we went 9 years ago was the first time we went.
Anyway, we're hoping that you can come with us virtually on video and see the places that we stay.
Yes.
You know, I think you guys like to see where we travel to. I mean, at the moment we're sat in a field in Sussex.
Do you know, this is an absolutely wonderful CL site. I'll tell you for why. We'll show you around. There's the hills. Outside the door there's a bus stop, and across the road there's a pub, and you've got so many lovely walks on the downs just from the gate at the top. Just there you can walk through that gate, and I don't know why there's not more people here. I don't know why. There's
only one other motorhome.
Yeah, sometimes there's another 5.
It has been full,
and then
there's been
quick.
Most 2 caravans and another motorhome.
Yeah, they mostly stop here for one night before they go on the Newhaven ferry.
It's so close to Newhaven.
Yeah.
It's 20-minute drive for a motorhome. It's a country lane. So it's a bit windy, so you have to take it a little bit slower.
Yeah.
In a car it'd be like 10 minutes down to Newhaven.
I don't know why we've never gone on the Newhaven ferry. I suppose we're a bit stuck in our ways. We've always done the tunnel.
Well, what we have noticed...
I had thought, if it keeps going up though, it's really expensive.
Well, we did say that. What we have noticed this time is
expensive.
When we started to travel on the tunnel about 2018, 7 years ago, it was 99 quid each way.
Yeah, it was. Was it?
And then I think
that was 99
£19 for the dog.
Yeah.
So 120 quid thereabouts. These days, it's nearly double that.
Yeah. Well, we weren't too sure if Pippin had when to go, how Pippin would be well enough, but she's doing a lot better now on her medication. So we're leaving it, and we are probably going to have to pay about £360 return.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
We go on that. We'll pick a
There's not many other ways or cheaper to get across to France and travel to Germany.
Well, I think if you go from Newhaven and you leave the dog in the car,
Newhaven Dieppe, is it?
Cheaper. Yeah.
Newhaven Dieppe.
No, I think they go Newhaven. Don't go Newhaven Calais.
I don't know.
Anyway, wherever they go.
I mean, obviously there are
cheaper ways to go.
You can go from Newhaven, you can go from Dover, you can go from Portsmouth, you can go to Southampton, I think, as well. So there's a few ways on the ferry, but Folkestone is the way to go on the tunnel. We like it because it's simple. You arrive, we've got the pet thing all sorted out. We just pop in there, hand the passport over, job done, then queue up for the check-in, and then it's all illuminated signs that tell you what to do next. That's really, really easy. But you know, I think the places we find, you know, we tend to go the same sort of way, but depending on our travel resilience, if you like, we travel a bit more or a bit shorter, and we tend to stop at different places and find new things, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things we found on our way back last year was a little place in Germany. It was €5 a night to stay in the designated motorhome parking. You could get water and you could empty your toilet waste, so that was all good. But just it's by a swimming pool, so you could go in there to have a shower, and that was, I think, €5 as well. €4, yeah, something like that. But just a walk along, there was some lovely cafes, there was a town in the other direction, and it was like, wow. And it was by a big lake that had beaches. Yeah, it was like a seaside area. It was really, really nice, unexpected place. And in the town, we found this tiny little German bar. Well, it would be German bar, wouldn't it? It's in Germany. And we found this little place, popped in to have a beer. Dog was welcome, and it was like a U-shaped bar, but it reminded me of the TV show called Cheers, that little American bar where, you know, people were just sat around, and, you know, all the staff, you know, there were husband and wife, I think, staff owned the bar, and they were smoking behind the bar. People were smoking in the bar. The man retrieved his lunch from underneath the bar, came out and sat on a table in the little restaurant area, ate his lunch. You know, it was really, really friendly, and it was all sort of table service. There weren't many people in there, maybe, you know, 10 people, including us. And they came across to serve us the beer, and then on the little beer mat, she would write how many beers we'd had.
That's right.
And it was like, oh. And we just paid at the end. It was, you know, absolutely wonderful. You know, a real slice of life at that moment in time. And it felt like the English pubs of pre-smoking ban days, didn't it?
It was a bit like 1970s.
It was, yeah, very much like 1970s. It was really nice. Yeah. So we get to find little places like that, and you know, another place we stayed, we found a little German bar, and we sat outside, and there was notices all over the place. We don't take plastic cards, so it's cash only, and you're not allowed to have cannabis. Just I found, you know, the sort of juxtaposition of these two signs, I found quite amusing. It's just like cash only, no drugs. You know, it's like funny. And they knew, the barmaid knew exactly where to send us to get cash. Sort of up, yeah, just go up there, across the other side, into there, put your card in, get the money, come back. Really, really helpful. Well, of course, they want you to buy some beer, and the beer was very good, actually, wasn't it? Oh, it's what we find in Germany. It's so very good. And then, of course, we've got the the epic journey on the boat. It's not epic, really. It's 6 hours of us sitting in a cafe, isn't it?
All on deck.
Or on deck. Yeah, we switch between. We go outside if it's not too windy or rainy. Then we come in, have a coffee. we take our own food
sit
and
wherever
drinks,
you
don't
like
we?
with your dog. It's so different. Do you know what I mean? It's you haven't got like just a lounge. You know, you're in wherever you like. It seems very.
But it wasn't just us with Pippin. It was like there were 2 or 3 or 4 dogs.
Oh yes,
wandering around. Well, not wandering around, but with their owners, just walking through. Yeah. And you know, there was a sort of the. You know, I call them duty-free shops. They're not duty-free, but you know, the little shops they have that used to be duty-free, but those where you can buy cases of beer, cigarettes.
They are cheap. They were still
sweets.
cheap, weren't they?
They were, they were good prices.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you get to Sweden, and that's when we got there last year at Trelleborg. We drove a little way down the road, and we parked on a sort of a bit of land adjoining some water. You know, there's a bit of a hill to go up and over, sort of sand dunes almost. There was loads of other motorhomes there, but it said no motorhomes allowed, but there was like 100 motorhomes there. So you know, I think maybe you're a bit more forgiving. But I don't know. I didn't know whether it was that bit of land or the bit of land the other side of it. It wasn't completely clear, but we felt like it was okay to do because everyone else was there, and we were only staying for, like, you know, we'd got there at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, 5 or 6 or 7 even, and we were off by 8:30, 9 o'clock the next morning, weren't we? Something like that, something early, you know. So that was all right. But then once you get on the road in Sweden, it's joyful. It really is, because there are so many parking places, aren't there?
Yeah. Easy to.
I mean, you know, when you go into you pull off the, well, I call it motorway. It's not really, it's like a big dual carriageway, and they have picnic or rest stops all over the place, and you pull off of there and it's like they're like little campsites, aren't they, almost?
Yes, yeah.
They're sort of lay-bys, but they're campsites because some of them have showers, don't they? Some of them you can fill up with water, so you can get a shower, you can fill up with water, you can empty your toilet cassette. And some of them have like vending machines where you can get coffee, or you know,
that's right.
Another bigger place where they're fuel stations. That's, you know, they have everything, of course. So it's really easy to get parked, and they don't charge. They're free.
Yes,
aren't they? And also, you find that in Germany, the service stations in Germany. There's no time limits on how long you can stay, is there?
No time limits. No, stay as long as you want. Yes.
It's a really, you know, whereas over here, you know, if we're going on a long trip in England, we don't tend to these days. But previously, if we were, we'd always have to, you know, what time did we get into the motorway services? Or it was, you know, 10:27 in the morning. You'd have to be out by 12:25, you know, just to make sure you didn't get picked up by the ANPR cameras and charged 30 quid for your 1 minute overstay. It's crazy, isn't it? But, you know, that aside, so that's what we're doing. Of course, that'll be about a week, 6 or 7 days, won't it, for us to do that?
Yes, I think it will be. Yes.
So
I'm going to buy some things to take over, because things like Marmite,
things they can't get.
Yeah, things that they like to have. Well, that you can't get very much gluten-free, and Our son always loved when Bakewell tarts and that.
Well, they can get Marmite over there.
Oh, can they get Marmite? Oh no, that's Marmite. Right. He wanted the other one, the other vegetable
Marmite's
spread.
not gluten-free,
No,
so
no.
they have this gluten-free thing going on. So they wanted something else. Yeah, and Bakewell tarts. I've challenged Wendy.
Yes.
To make Bakewell tarts, and I can cook a bit, and I think given a bit of time and patience, I could probably cook a tart of some sort. However, Bakewell, I know what a Bakewell tastes like, a Bakewell tart tastes like, but I've no clue what's in it. Wendy says it's almonds.
Yes, the spongy almonds.
The spongy almonds. I don't know how to make that though.
Yeah.
How would you make spongy almonds?
No, you've got to make it like a sponge inside, almond flavoured. Not with whole almonds. I mean, I will try and make it while I'm there. I think I might give it a go actually. Yeah. We'll have to take some glacé cherries though, because I don't know if they've got them in Sweden.
Glacé cherries are something special, aren't they?
And
this is turning into a cookery blog.
Dried fruit you don't find in many other, in a lot of countries. And mincemeat you don't. I was going to make some, I've got some mincemeat, I'm going to make some mince pies.
Mincemeat.
I don't know if they've ever had them.
I've always, anyway. So that's our plan. That's where. So we'll be off on our trip pretty soon, and documenting all the way. I wonder whether you guys like daily shorts, where the vertical videos. I wonder whether you like those better than these long rambling. I noticed we've been on for 20 minutes already. Do you like more shorts, or would you like more, if you like shorts, put a comment in below. Tell us that you like shorts. Just put shorts or longs as a preference. But there you are. Anyway, if you haven't clicked the thumbs up button, please do, because that will help spread the video. And if you haven't shared the video or any of our videos yet, please do share it around other social media platforms, because that will help us too. I noticed, our views have dropped off a little bit. I don't know why. We're just as boring as we ever have been, aren't we? We're not,
I think we are.
I don't think we're any more boring than we used to be, but the views seem to have dropped off a cliff.
Oh, good job that door's.
That's the wind blowing the door, which is I've got on an elastic band. So anyway, yes, that's it. We're off on our trip very, very soon. Yeah. And hopefully you can watch us on our jolly journey as we happily travel across Europe to Sweden. Yeah. And we'll show you a bit of Sweden as well. Yeah. Beautiful place.
Yes.
We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye everyone, and thank you for watching.